Hey guys, what's up? This is Sharon talking. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about some of the upcoming events and this new banner here. Well, let's start with this first info. We have this Marquis 8 University event. There is the returning event and a new one called Second. This event is very different than everything that we play in this game so far because it restricts the status of your character so that everyone will be playing with the same values. Let's say you have a Barthélemy with 1000 HP, they will cut your Barthélemy HP to 700, this is just a value, and his status to 40s. Also, the style level will be the same for everyone, I believe it's 30. All the skill levels will be cut as well. I believe it's to level 20 or something. And the equipments will be removed. You cannot equip any of your characters. So what this means is that you have to extract the original value of a character. You have to think about different formations where everyone has the same value. It's interesting because everyone can share their strategies and also most people will be able to replicate. Especially if you are using welfare units. When this event was released on Global, I cleared all the different scenarios with my free and welfare characters, so everyone could replicate. It's a pretty nice event in my opinion. The second part will also add new stages and 500 jewels. Let's just open here. There is no new character to get on the second part, but you can get 500 jewels. Now we have the third info, is the Sensei intensive course. I believe we'll be receiving this one before the Matriarch University. We'll be farming this event and getting some drops to get this new version of Sensei. It's called Is It My Turn? Well, this Sensei here is pretty, well, bad. I'll be giving a look in some information as well. And the last info is the Springtime Romancing Festival SP. Well, guys, we need to discuss this. There is one character here that everyone was missing. That's Mei-Ling. She was supposed to be released in the past in one of the past banners. She was removed and now she was added here. I believe that just to increase the overall value of the banner because not many people will summon here. There's 2 slash damage dealers and a pierce damage dealer that's pretty good, being Cordelia. But without Cordelia in the banner, if you get either Sifu or Hector, you are maybe kind of wasting your gems because they are easy to replace, while Cordelia offers some more good value. Now we have this Mei-Ling and she will bring something of value to the banner because she's not that bad actually. At least she's a gunner with the holy element. Well, the thing here is that Mei-Ling is not limited. That's why it's called SP. The first 3 characters are limited, but Mei-Ling is not. They even say you will also be able to get a new style. Well, now we need to check Naurama SaGa for all the styles to understand if they are good or not. We will start with Sensei, and he does have a very bad status grout, even lower than his S style for STR, and a little more for agility. He can reach 74. He does have, I don't know, a very bad status distribution here. The final value is 392. Okay. For skills, he has Kill. It's a heal attack that uses 1 LP to heal. That's pretty bad, actually. And D-Power. It can be reduced to 3 BP, so you can use it every time, but why would you? Then the second skill is the Fire attack. That is actually not that bad. B-Power, 26 modifier, can reach 5 BP, so you can use it 3 times in a row. For stages with only 1 or 2 enemies, you can use this. And the last one is Comb, and it reminds me of Phoenix Zero from Sarah. It's an attack with S power, 36 modifier, 25 recovery power, but it does not use LP, so this is better. And the recovery power is pretty high, so well, he can recover HP and remove the need of healing all the time. But for what excuses? He barely has any damage potential. As you can see on passives, he can avoid enemy attacks with 10% chances, just like Evade. And he increases the experience and rank experiences by 10% as well. So he barely has any chance to shine in the game. Only if you need to, well, you know, increase the player rank experience and the style experience. Now let's talk about Mei-Ling. As you can see, we only have 2 different styles of Mei-Ling. This one is an A, already released it, and this is the new one. She's a gunner with the holy element. That's pretty unique to her. She has some dexterity, but not so high. More agility and intelligence, just like mages have. The first one is a healing spell. Heal Light, uses 1 LP and can be reduced to 3 PP, 12 healing power, There's no damage here. And then there's SaGa. This is the same attack that Battle of Fate Blue and the newest version of Princess White Rose can use, and it's pretty powerful. It's 8 power, 30 modifier, and is Slash and Sun. In this case here is only Sun because in the Japanese version it was like that. The last attack is Blunt and Sun. It's called Sun Bullet. Double S power, 48 modifier, pretty strong. Not that good as an 8 or as a 9, but still okay because there's 2 elements here. And the problem is her passives. They will probably change this. Even maybe the skills. The first one is a stealth buff. The second one can confuse an enemy with 10% chances. And the last one is 15% increase in damage. As you can see, she's pretty unique by having spells, being a gunner. But it's not that good. Well, for inheritance, she can use more gunner skills, just like here, the stun shot that can stun enemies. Because of her high intelligence, she may even land this. But the first gunner skill is not that good, so you'll probably be inheriting this attack here, or Solar Wind, that is a very good skill as well, that we were using with Blue. The next one is Hector, 85% in STR, 75% in agility, and the other status are pretty average. At least he does have very high endurance as well. And well, for skills, the first one is Split. This is a column attack that can be reduced to 4 BP. That's pretty good. And C power, 15 modifier. The problem is just that it's hard to use this cycling. You will have to start with 3 stages slash and then just keep using Split. 3 stages slash is not that bad. It's a very powerful attack with B power, 25 modifier, can be reduced to 5, so that you can use this 3 times. And the last one, Vandalize, is the same attack that we have with Platinum Silver. Triple S damage, 60 modifier, but only on turn 2. Not that good, but not that bad. I think that his selling point is this first skill. That's the only thing that really makes him different. And for passives, there's Weak Concentration 3, 15% increase when attacking a weak target. And there's also 15% increase on all times, so 30% on most times. And the second one is just a decrease to endurance to all enemies. That is 10% decrease. That's interesting for farming, but when do you need this? I don't know, maybe if you are just in a need of slightly increasing damage and he can help. But that also reduces his usefulness because in boss fights this is useless most of the time. And now for Sif. We will be getting a new style of her later that has more STR. This version here at least has more agility, and that's it, lower endurance. For skills, she has something similar to Hector. Hector attacks a column, but she attacks a row. I don't know why she has one more coast on BP, but I believe that's good if you consider that she will always be using this if you don't mess with the second and third skill. Skull Crash is just an attack that debuffs intelligence, but it's too costly. Skull Splitter from Club is way better. And then the last attack is called Vacuum Break, and this one is not that bad. It reminds me of Laura. S power 39 modifier that can hit a vertical line. That is a column. Pretty nice if you have enemies aligning on a column. And you can reduce to 10 so you can open. So she's better as an opener than Hector, but her most interesting skill for cycling has one more coast. But it's still okay because you can reduce to 5 and use it 3 times in a row. So for passives, Absorption attack means healing when attacking, 25% chances, and she gives more damage when on full HP and 15% more on all times. So, you know, 30% increase as well, but she relies on having full HP, but she recovers on the same time. I don't think that's so needed. Now we have Cordelia, and this version of Cordelia is the best one. But, well, she gets even better if you get one skill from the Christmas style. This one has lower STR as well, so, well, the other one will help you in getting more status. The difference between damage will be a little higher, and she doesn't have much endurance like all of her styles. The agility is still better on the Christmas one because it's a better farmer, but she does have a lot of will. So will helps her not receive status elements, and then she can be used on the middle lines or the back lines just fine. If you're using the Dragoon Strike formation, she will be very good in the middle. And for skills, we have Ontology being the first. It has a D power, 11 modifier, so it's an attack skill that also recovers HP. With only 4 BP, this becomes very useful in boss fights to reduce the need of a healer. Well, the Spear Strike is the second skill. It's a random attack that will attack between 2 to 4 times. It has an E power, 9 modifier. but it's very good because you are attacking multiple times. In the future, when we get an SS Spear, it will become even better. So it's the same or very similar power to Gray or Silver. The Platinum version of Silver and the Premium version of Silver has a similar attack. They are even better because they are elements. But for Pierce, she is the first one. And I also see it very useful in boss fights because it's only 7 BP cost. Pretty nice, and also for farming if you find stages with only 1 or 2 targets. The last skill is Big Wheels. Pretty powerful. It's an attack that you can find with the 2 versions of Fairy. But there's a problem because she will not be able to use any attack after this one. Because, you know, well, 13 BP, and then she doesn't have BP for any other skill. For passes, she has Vigorous, 40% in chances of getting 1 BP. And the second buff is the best one. Attribute Strength 3 will give her 20% buff to her own STR on every new attack. So she just stacks this and keeps stacking, and very powerful for long fights. One of the best pierce damage dealer for long fights. And fired up 4 means 15% increase in damage. I believe that all 3 things are pretty nice together because she has more chances of using Spear Strike like every 2 turns. Pretty nice thing in my opinion. So I guess this is it. This means that we have a banner that's not so easy to summon because we have 2 slash damage dealers. We already have way too many of them. Cordelia is pretty good. I don't know what they would do with Mei-Ling. Probably a buff. I believe that they will buff Mei-Ling. And Cordelia is still the best one here. So, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be making a full review once we get the information because there's more things to talk about these characters. But we see each other on the next video. Bye.